Get your EpiPens ready because reactions are high and heated this episode.
Who were you with last night?
Oh my God. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about this.
Okay.
Plus, Johnny meets the Godfather, as in Amy is his god and he meets her father.
May I have your blessing to marry your daughter?
You're watching Bleak Reality, giving you the hottest tea on Love is Blind Season 6, Episode 10, titled What Could Have Been. Just like last episode, we're 2 weeks out from the weddings, and we left off with Jeramey and Laura ending their engagement just before they met Jeremy's mom. So instead, Jeramey has to catch his mom up without Laura.
There's this girl that I was in kind of like a love triangle with. I found out that she was going to be out, so I was like, I'll deal with it, whatever happens. So I was like, cool, I'll just drive you home. No big deal, whatever. So literally drove her there. We talked for a few more minutes, and I just left. Came back home. Like nothing happened.
Janine's facial expressions say what we're all thinking, which is he gets it from his father.
You're lucky it wasn't me. Because you wouldn't have just walked in the door. I'd have been sitting there waiting for you.
Can we take a moment to shout out the real MVP of the show, the mothers?
Now, didn't realize I was going to potentially lose a fiance over that.
Well, I could have told you that, but you didn't call me.
Come on, Netflix. Call the mothers up for a Mother's Day brunch. Just moms spilling the tea. With that said, it's time for Chelsea to meet Jimmy's family.
He just drew a picture of like what life would look like with him, and it was just like the most basic life, and it just sounded so amazing.
Oh no, Chelsea. You didn't just call your man basic.
Don't tell my dad I was painting pictures for you and stuff.
Is it starting to feel like we're watching Love is Daddy Issues, or is it just me?
I think she's incredible, and I really do love her. And I would be thrilled to call her mine, and been single 2 years now, and she's been nothing but what I've been looking for.
If it doesn't work out between them, we have a feeling Jimmy would do well on Perfect Match. Plus, with Santa Claus as his dad, the holidays must be a real hoot.
Things you didn't like about me, and there's some things I didn't like about you.
First thing on top of my list is
Don't go there.
that I don't like about her is she's a pack rat.
Next, we find out that 80 does indeed get it from her mama.
I'm excited for you to meet the man because it'll be the first time I've seen him since yesterday, early afternoon.
And by it, we mean her patience, wisdom, and casual snark.
Does he work for the Secret Service or something?
And her priceless facial expressions.
We're just talking about
Really?
you.
What's up, baby?
You look good.
Look at you with this blonde.
You
Okay.
look good.
Clay shows up with his own I have daddy issues speech ready to go.
My parents were married for 24 years. I saw how like divorce kind of split up our household. I do have stuff that I struggle with, like stuff with my parents' relationship. I never went to therapy.
For someone who's never been to therapy, he really is good at talking about how his parents messed him up. Then it's time to get the tissue boxes out because Jacqueline gives Clay a pep talk that usually costs me at least a $35 copay.
And that's just like that self-sabotage because you have to form and figure out your own stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
You're good in business. You've made good choices. Don't stop now.
The mommies are mommying hard this episode.
It can work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny and his mommy, Amy, are hanging out in a secret garden to meet Amy's dad, David.
Johnny's meeting my dad for the first time. Obviously, he's my dad. I'm his little girl. He's very protective of me.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi, nice to meet you, Johnny. Nice to meet you, David.
Nice meeting you.
Aw. I've heard so much about you. I know Amy's talking a lot, so I'm very excited.
Once they get their business handshakes out of the way, it's time to sit down for negotiations. Excuse me, introductions.
I know that this is a process that is kind of overwhelming. For me, it is. So tell me a little bit more about Johnny.
Johnny passes the test with flying colors. Well, one color, red. Someone get this man some sunscreen. Just like they rehearsed.
Very close as far as family goes. Talk to my family. God, I feel like at least like once a day, I feel like. So that's kind of like the household. I want to be retired early. I don't want to like be working to like 70s or 80s or whatever. I want to like first learn how to surf, but then teach kids how to surf, or like teach kids how to like ski or snowboard, or like.
Johnny recites all his lines perfectly. Then he really pops the big question to Amy's dad.
May I have your blessing to marry your daughter?
Papa David is thrilled to see Johnny simping this hard for his baby girl and says yes. Look, we know the likelihood of Amy's dad being a crime boss is slim, but it's not zero.
It doesn't matter what difficulties that you encounter, we're gonna be here for you, always.
Not shown, Amy's exes that mysteriously gone missing. Also missing, a moment of peace in Chelsea and Jimmy's relationship. We go from...
I feel great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I love you even more.
to...
Girls in the pods said, hey, your man's is out, where are you? That was more embarrassing.
And then to...
I don't want to be with someone who wants to go out and party.
Looks like Jimmy finally grew a pair because he fights back this time.
I was gone for an hour. I went and had one drink.
You were gone a very short time, so I will give you that. But
it was more of driving. I do like to go out and like have drinks socially, and that's more of wine, cocktail bars, or like maybe going to a brewery on a Saturday and getting home at a decent time and going to bed.
Jimmy's rebuttal pushes Chelsea's buttons a bit too hard, including the one that turns on the gas. The gas light, that is.
You said you did not do anything in the pause. You said, I'm not into going out. I'm not that's not my thing. You sat there and lied to me.
Then she says something that really squeezes Jimmy's patience dry.
You don't give two babe.
You don't think that I care about you just because I want to go out and have one drink just to make an appearance for a friend and come right back?
That's not the kind of person I want to be with.
Chelsea is not enjoying this whole my fiance has feelings situation she's being forced to be in and decides to shut things down.
I don't understand the situation here.
We don't
Regardless of last night or just the fact that...
I'm interrupting you. Girls from the pods are there, and then I find out you're with your girls? That's not cool with me.
Maybe we should be calling her Megan Fox, because Chelsea definitely knows how to transform a conversation into a battlefield. Clearly, Chelsea can't stand that Jimmy has more girlfriends than she does.
Who do you text?
Oh my goodness. If you're fishing for me to tell you that I text my girlfriends all the time...
I see.
If you want to sign up with me, you have to sign up for all my friends too.
But then, something in Jimmy snaps.
Tell me right now, do you want me to take a step back?
Of course I do, and I told you that.
I'm not willing to take a step back.
Wow. It's like they say, when someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Until they leave you alone to sulk in your loneliness. So after considering all sides of the argument, she decides it's time to fix whatever's left of the situation by following Jimmy into the bathroom and telling him he's still wrong.
You're not willing to take a step back.
This is the first you mentioned it, is my point.
Yes, I have. I have said. That makes me uncomfortable.
If the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, then are we allowed to say she's being crazy?
I don't have a physical relationship with them. I want you to trust me.
You do though. You do. You told me you her.
Ah, okay. There it is. The truth comes out. I got a new saying for you. Behind every crazy woman, there's a crazier piece of truth.
I know you her, and you told me that.
Because I want you to trust me.
And I do.
I do? I wouldn't use those words exactly, Chelsea. At least not in this instance. And honestly, probably not on your wedding day either, based on the hiccups that we've seen so far. Then Chelsea hurls this accusation at Jimmy.
Who are you with? I know it was
Jacob
Jess.
Lee West. I was not with Jess. I've never saw Jess.
I heard it was Jess.
Is anyone else literally choking right now?
Oh my goodness.
How embarrassing.
I was not with Jess.
Okay. All right.
I was not with Jess. I swear to God, I was not with Jess.
All right. Well, I was in bed, and you were out.
You know what I
at
think?
a bar.
I think you're fishing. I think you're fishing.
When Chelsea reels in an empty hook on the whole Jess thing, she quickly switches gears by telling Jimmy she hates that he has fun without her.
I don't want to be with someone who wants to go out a lot like you do.
Okay, well,
and if that's norm,
you're sitting here drunk telling me you don't want to be with me anymore.
People, things were never stable with these two, but this may be the straw that breaks Jimmy's back.
If you think I'm full of everything I've told you, I don't care to be with you either.
And after that, they both go to bed angry. In the morning, Chelsea's ready to make up. Just look at that bronzer finish. Oh, and also to make up with Jimmy.
So you're gonna make me cookies or what?
I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Meanwhile, Clay and AD have a serious convo about the wedding date.
There's a lot of things that way I think that I don't think is mature enough for a marriage. And then I'm watching, I'm actually watching a show and I'm seeing some of the men that are like really ready. And I'm looking at myself, I'm like, damn.
Clay seems to be on the fence with saying yes and uses a lot of words to basically say, can we still chill if I say no?
I don't know. For me, I just feel like love is love. Like, why does the date have to dictate our relationship?
Seeing through all Clay's smokescreens, AD sticks to her guns.
I did buy into this experiment like fully, and I do believe that we committed to a certain timeline in the pod. I don't think I could like continue to like date you after if it's
a no.
Yeah.
Woof. That's a lot.
Hey, I'm with you, girl. 10 days before the weddings, the couples hang out at a glam lake house. And you can't help but notice one missing couple. Then, to stir the drama pot some more, we get a visit from the old pod crew. Well, the ones that matter. As in Trevor.
That's Trevor? That's Trevor. Oh my God. He's beefy.
And Jess, who made sure she displayed her goods.
I mean, Jess is very good looking. I am attracted to her.
Speaking of good, like a good golden retriever that Jimmy is, he shows off his sit and heal. As in, he does some healing by having an adult conversation with Jess.
I felt really pressured with you. You were like basically saying, yeah, like, I'm right here. I'm telling you how I feel.
You read my letter out loud, and then you were dead silent.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were silent, that was so loud.
Sorry I put you in that position. That's not how that's not how I wanted you to feel.
I know. I accept your apology.
Woof. Finally, this man gets a bone. Well, not that kind of bone, because that would be inappropriate. So that wraps it up for this episode of Love is Blind. How long until Jimmy and Chelsea call it quits for real, for real? Are we ever gonna meet Clay's dad? And has anyone seen Amy's ex-boyfriends? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you can stay in the loop with Fleek Reality. Thanks for watching.